How much time we got? Okay, cool. Oh.
We have done it. We have made it. It is episode 288. I repeat, episode 288 of the show that they say is the show that won't go away. It is Monday, September the 13th, 2021. I am James. You are you. We are here for another breathtaking, heart-pumping, thrill-seeking edition of At Home with James live on Twitch. 288 as we begin to inch closer and closer and closer to another milestone episode, because anyone who watches this itsy bitsy program knows that I love a milestone episode, whether it's episode 50, 69, 75, 100, 1 year anniversary, so on and so forth. Episode 300 is on the horizon. And once you hit 300, you know what that means, right? Well, then you've got the Halloween programming that starts. But before that, you've got the Canadian Thanksgiving programming. And then after those two special events, well, we make way for the holidays. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't want to say too much because I'm going to get excited, but that is really where I, as well as this show, come alive. But we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves because we're here tonight, 288. And I thought to myself, with so many milestones approaching, it's important that we acknowledge some of the great pillars of this show, from the beginning to the middle to the current. Tonight is an evening chock full of legends. Now, when I use the term legends, I don't use it loosely, because if I did, I would have invited any Joe Schmo, some Johnny come lately, some jabroni to be here, but I didn't do that. I jam-packed this show with the elite of the elite, the top 1% of At Home. Who's on tonight's show? Much later on, chief political correspondent, Dave's best friend. You heard him checking in, asking if the show was about to start. A little bit of an off-air snafu. Syd Roc is here later tonight. In addition to that, I've invited someone that maybe I don't often see eye to eye with, but I do things for the show. I do things for the audience. I do things for the fan base. I do things for my mother, who loves this guest. Tonight, joining the show is Socratease, the pickup artist. If you don't know Socratease, he comes as advertised. Now, I'm reading this off of my on-screen teleprompter. This is a production note that he gave to Devin, our production assistant, specifically told to say that Socratease comes as advertised. And I'm going to let you imagine how the word comes was spelled. I digress. Socratease is here tonight, and we're going to kick things off in just a matter of moments with a true legend. When you think legend, it's not spelled Legend. No, it's spelled Lispalmieri. Please welcome to the show, Lisa Palmieri. Lisa, welcome back. We've tried and tried and tried, but tonight we have finally done it. You are here, you are live, you are in living color, and you are dressed like Carmela Soprano.
I'm so happy. I love that you didn't say anything the entire time. As I put this on, I'm like, fuck, he's going to make fun of me And you didn't say a damn word until we got on the show.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We can
Huh?
often, prior to showtime, get caught in a conversation spiral. So I like to leave things pure and organic for the air. I say, Carmela Soprano, I could have said, you're also ready for Grand Prix weekend.
No, please don't say that.
Okay.
At Club Med, at Med or Buonanotte.
Okay. Now, Lisa, do you have any fond memories of Buena Notte?
Yes, I used to wear
Okay.
I used to wear open toe shoes in -30 weather and wait outside like an asshole.
Okay. So that's when you were a youngster.
Yes, an idiot.
Okay. I like your pronunciation. You really hit the I and the D and the T hard on idiot. Now, Lisa, we don't ever really go into this. We never plan what we're going to say.
No, which I
Can
love.
you take me through what was going on in young Lisa's mind as she was getting ready for a hot night at Buena Notte?
So I was like 18. So, you know, all of Marianopolis was there because that's where I went to college. And we'd all go there and wait in line like a bunch of assholes with open toe heels and no jackets on. And we'd be smoking and getting hypothermia, waiting in line like idiots, may I say again. And just like, then we'd get in and just drink and spend stupid money on bottles.
Yeah.
Here's a 50, here's a crisp 50, because apparently I just have all kinds of money to spend.
Yeah. Now, if current Lisa could go back in time. Now, Lisa, you're what? You're 30 years old?
I'm 31, yeah.
31. If 31-year-old Lisa could go back and speak to 19-year-old Lisa, what do you think 31-year-old Lisa would say?
I think I'd just tell her to just stop spending money on bottles you're not drinking.
What do you think 19-year-old Lisa, what do you now? Okay, so stop spending money frivolously, wear some sensible shoes. What do you think 19-year-old Lisa would have said in response to 31-year-old Lisa?
Just let me live my life.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me live my life. Well, Lisa, I'm glad that you're here. We've been trying for some time. You've been busy. I, of course, have not been busy, but now we have mended the fences. The bridge has been built. You're here. And there's a couple things I would like to catch up on. First, notably, you visited your motherland recently.
I did. It was glorious.
Now, is this the first time visiting Italy, or have you been before?
I went when I was 16 and I hadn't been back ever since.
Okay.
And I was supposed to go see my parents' hometowns, which are Calabria and Napoli, but I didn't get to go there because who can go there in 11 days? So I just stayed in Florence the whole time and did like the little day trips and stuff like that. And then I went to Rome, which I hate. And I went to Rome just for 2 days.
Well, hold on. Why do you hate Rome?
It's too much. It's too.
What do you mean too much?
Imagine like I'm such an idiot, like an ass saying that I don't like Rome. Obviously, it's gorgeous. I'm not crazy. Like there's a freaking Colosseum there and beautiful food and pizza, and it's great. But I feel like there's missing like a spark. Like I feel like it's too big. I don't like the big. You know, the people are a little bit more rude than they'll be in maybe Florence. Like there's more of like a oh, you're in Rome style, you know?
Okay, so what I'm gathering is a little bit too hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity, exactly. And like, I just feel like there's stuff missing. Like you can, once you're in Rome, yes, there's places to visit, but I feel like it's just blah.
Okay, so let me ask you, what were some of the highlights of your trip? I'm sure that the food was good. The cafe was delicious.
Yes, I had like carpaccios. I couldn't stop eating like raw stuff. That was
okay. Now, can you detail what you said, a carpaccio?
Yeah, so it was like a carpaccio di manzo, which is basically like raw beef, but like peaches and parmesan and peppers with anchovies at the bottom. It was like a mix of heaven.
Okay, it was an ocean of flavor.
An ocean of flavor.
It was an ocean of flavor. Okay, take us through what were your other highlights.
The 45-degree weather was top of the line, so that was fun.
Hold on now. 45 degrees?
45.
Wait, you like that?
No, I wanted to kill myself. It was rough.
Thank you.
It was really like that was rough times. Walking like with like 6 bags because I refuse to use a big ass luggage and check it. So I just have a carry-on. Like I went
Mhm.
for 12 days with my little mini carry-on, but I have like 6 other bags in my hands.
Okay, now when you say 6 other bags, are you doing shopping, purchasing items, or were these just stray bags?
Like stray bags that I add stuff in. And so technically I have like 6 bags as I'm traveling, and I'm walking to the train station and sweating,
Mhm.
carrying these bags. And it wasn't fun. It
Yeah,
wasn't
you now are what some people may have referred to as, quote, and this isn't me talking, but maybe some, quote, a hot mess.
hot mess. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm not a principessa. It was just too
Hold
hot.
on now. Can you repeat that?
I wasn't a principessa, aka I'm not a princess. It's just
Yeah.
too hot.
A principessa.
Very good pronunciation.
Okay, now is there a prince version of that?
Principe.
Principe.
Yes.
I should be, that's one of my new nicknames, I think now. Because on this show, I refer to myself as Little Cutie. I refer to myself as the Cool Breeze Lover. I refer to myself most recently as the Smooth Operator.
Smooth Operator is legit you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank
What's a
you.
little cutie about though?
Right? What's that now? What's a Little Cutie about? Lisa, look at me.
I know you're cute, but
Yeah.
Little Cutie.
Yeah,
is
Little
that your
Cutie. 'Cause
rapper name?
it's a little humble, right? Because it's like Little Cutie.
Yeah.
It's not too forceful, right? If I were to call myself hot stud, it's like, well, come on now. But Little Cutie, it's a little, sarcastic, it's very self-aware.
Oh,
Then we've got the Cool Breeze Lover,
that is something else.
which also sounds mildly pornographic.
Yes, it does actually.
That part I don't care for.
Okay.
But I want us to zone in on what we just mentioned. It was Principe,
Principe and Principessa.
Principe, and Principessa.
Very good.
Now, if I took any Italian lesson, I think I'd be thrown out of class for laying it on just a little too thick.
Yeah, you're really going hard. And the fact that you're going like this as you're
Yeah.
talking,
Yeah.
Principe, you're
Yeah,
like,
it's like I'm
the
doing
press-
Italian, but I'm also doing Trump at the same time. Okay, I'm going to use that nickname, Principe. Now, right? Isn't it repulsive? Now, Lisa, there's something else that I want to talk about, because this is a real cavalcade. When you have a legend on, you have to talk about a variety of legendary things. You've been on the show a couple times, and we've talked about your desire to what they say as kick the butt, meaning to cease smoking.
I mean, I have ceased, but
I like that clap. Okay, how long has it been?
I have ceased. So it's been like 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, congratulations. That is now, some people might say, what? That's not that long. As someone who understands what it is to kick a habit, I mean, I've never kicked any of my habits. What am I taking any credit for? 2 to 3 weeks of not doing a thing that is ingrained in your life and your spirit is tricky, right?
Right? Yes.
Now,
So-
you've got some help.
I got my trusty stapler here.
Yeah, now that's what I thought it was. I thought you were getting ready to go back to school. I thought it was a stapler. Would you like to? This is almost like one of those unboxing things. So let's take a look at this.
Okay, should I do it like an influencer or should I do it as myself?
You know what, Lisa? I want you to follow your bliss.
Okay, I'm gonna do it as myself.
Mhm.
So this is a beautiful little IQOS, okay? So this is the charger. You scaff this open,
Mhm.
open this bad boy, and here you have your electronic cigarette. But
Yeah.
it's not any other electronic cigarette where you're like smoking oils and like
Mhm.
you don't have strawberry fizz in your mouth, okay? Because
Okay.
a real smoker doesn't want pineapple juice in their lungs. They want tobacco in their lungs, correct? It's true.
I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
You know? Like everyone with their fucking, oh, this is amazing. It's like strawberry mixed with pineapple juice. It's amazing. Well,
And
I
you know
don't-
who that might be? A principessa.
Yes, a principessa who never smoked a day in their life. She's like, I'm just vaping, you know?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so status vaping, so to speak.
Status vaping.
Yeah.
Eccolo.
Mhm.
So then you have this, okay, you click a button when you're
Mhm.
ready. Do you want me to like actually do it? I'll do it.
Yeah,
for you.
I would love nothing more than to see live on air vaping.
Perfect. So this tells you you have time for 2 cigarettes.
Mhm.
Take your little mini cigarettes.
Wait, hold on. So these are just cigarettes that you're smoking? So you
No, listen, there's a whole backstory now.
okay?
These are cancer free. So this is just tobacco and nicotine.
Wait, hold on. They've got cancer-free cigarettes now?
These are cancer free. It's really amazing. These undeadly nicotines.
Yeah, this is like the Coke Zero of cigarettes.
Eccolo, very exactly. So it's, as you can tell, there's not a lot of shit in here. There's just tobacco.
Yeah.
There's just tobacco.
For people who are wondering why we began laughing, that got quite a reaction in our queue. We often hear laughs that you don't.
So you press the button, it vibrates, it's ready.
Mhm.
Okay? So you put this in, it's inside, okay?
Yeah.
When it double vibrates, you can start. Now
There's something really like seductive about this
right?
explanation. You're talking about vibrating, you put it in.
It's like exactly what you buy at a sex shop on the 40. This is just like all you gotta
That
do.
was so specific and heartbreaking at once.
Seduction might sell this at any point.
Yeah.
So there you go. You inhale, you blow, happy as a clam.
Right. Okay. Now, Lisa, I want to get into semantics here a little bit. Now, you said you haven't had a cigarette in 2 to 3 weeks, but this looks like a cigarette.
No. Now that I tried, okay, I was smoking this and I'm like, honestly, the smell is weird and it's giving me a lot of headaches because I was over smoking. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just go back to cigarettes. Enough. Stop.
Right.
Instead of quitting, I'll just go back. So I went, I bought a pack of Belmonts. It literally smelled like and tasted like tar. It didn't taste, and that's what they said about this thing. Once you start smoking just tobacco, then cigarettes start tasting really bad.
Right. So it sounds like kind of the purpose of this item is to trick your taste buds in your brain that if you go back, you're like, I can't take this anymore.
Dégueulasse. It's disgusting. The smell is so intense. I literally felt like I was like smoking tar, like that shit they put on the streets.
Yeah, tar.
Yeah, tar, right?
Tar, yeah.
But there's another one that they roll on the
asphalt.
Eccolo, yes.
Yeah. Now, Lisa, a lot of Italian tonight, and I like this. Not a lot of people come on and they speak a second language, and people might think, is she putting on the Ritz? This is full blown Lisa, as you are, correct?
It is. I'm Italian, and I really got connected to my roots when I was in Italy. I missed where I came from, and it was nice to speak my language again.
Yeah. Now I feel like before we begin to wrap up, Lisa, I'd like to learn a little bit more Italian before we call it a night. Now, is there anything you think that you would be able to teach me that I'd have a knack to say that could really be suitable for this show?
What's that second name that you said that you were Free Briz Sally?
Free Briz Sally?
No, Free Breeze Sally. What was it? The breeze.
I was the Cool Breeze lover. Free Breeze Sally.
I like that. Free Breeze Sally, man.
Yeah, Free Breeze Sally. Yeah. So it sounds like you want to translate Cool Breeze lover.
Eccolo. So we go. Buongiorno, io mi chiamo.
Buongiorno, io mi chiamo.
Chiamo. Tell it to me again.
Cool Breeze lover.
Oof, that's a tough one.
Well, what about smooth operator?
Smooth operato.
Okay. Smooth operato. Now, what was that first part again?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Io mi chiamo.
A smooth operato. Right?
Yes, and let's just be honest. That second part is shit. But
there's nothing smooth about it. It felt like I was stifling flatulence as I was saying it.
I don't know how to say smooth in Italian. Can you give me a hot second just to smooth?
Absolutely. As Lisa Palmieri is looking to figure out what the translation of the English word smooth to Italian is, remember, we will be back this coming Wednesday right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who's going to be here? It's the return of Andy Asap, as well as the return of Kathy Fagan. She is going to continue to tell us about things that are specifically, quote, cool. Lisa, do we have an update on smooth?
Yeah. So smooth is liscia.
Liscia, appurato.
Liscia, operatore.
Liscia, Operatore. Now, what was that first part? Buongiorno.
Io
Io
mi
mi.
chiamo
Buongiorno. Io mi chiamo.
liscio operottero.
Liscia. Oh, what is it again?
Operatore.
Operatore.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, if you open with that, you know how many views you're gonna get?
Yeah. Fewer than I have now. That's how many. There's like, oh wait, this guy's doing a poorly spoken Italian show. And then if I go into anywhere like an RDP or St. Leo, I'm gonna be beaten.
Oh yes, you will be.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay away from what's that? Evangelista Sports in Little Italy.
On Saint Laurent. Yes. You know that place, huh?
Oh, I know every place. Every place. What am I talking? Is that where you got it from?
Like me, bro. I know every place.
Yeah, this is the thing. I hang around with you. I start to uncover my Italian roots that don't exist.
Hey, I'll tell you before everyone leaves.
Please. Wait, hold on. Before everyone leaves.
No, before I leave. Okay. You open it.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Oh, ciao.
Tante belle cose.
Tanti belli cose.
Done. And then you put it back in your stapler.
Yeah, there you go. And then you've done your smoking for the day.
That's it.
Lisa, from day one, you've been a legend on this show. And tonight the legend has grown. I wish you success and nothing but the best as your life continues to move closer and closer to the stars.
You too, Liscia Operatore.
Lisa, thanks. Let's do this again soon.
Perfect. Love you. Have a great show.
Take care. Thank you, Lisa. That is the one and only Lisa Palmieri. Now, look, here's the thing about me. I'm not much for second languages. I agree that they are useful. I agree that it really exemplifies knowledge and culture. But let's face it, how good am I going to get at speaking Italian? I've forgotten all the words that Lisa just taught me. But that means that we need to do it again and again and again. We've got ourselves a brand new segment on this show. It's called James Learns Italian. Now, folks, we are about to welcome our second legend of the night. Now, I know, as well as you do, that this person is not only a legend on screen, but off screen as well. You see this person in the chat. They've been known to give me a hard time. And guess what? I can take it. Just like Jesus, as I've said on the show, I put myself at the mercy of the audience because when you're having fun, I'm having fun. Let's welcome this guest to the show right now. He is the one and only Syd Roc. Syd, welcome back from one legend to another. A legend is in the house.
Thank you. I am honored and touched, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, I am also happy. Syd, do you know any other languages?
Not really. I speak French, obviously. I understand Creole, but I don't really speak it.
Yeah. Now, I want to learn a little bit more about your French background.
Okay.
Now, Syd, did you grow up speaking French or English?
So here's the thing. It's both my parents are immigrants, and I was born here.
Yeah.
So given the laws of Quebec, I had to go to school in French. That just wasn't an option. And I grew up in an English neighborhood. So I kind of grew up speaking both. However, my parents keep telling me of this period when I was really young where I had such a strong preference for English, which persists to this day, that my parents were worried that I'd have trouble speaking French, which isn't really the case. But yeah, that's a long.
You're about, if I can layer some compliments here, you're about as bilingual perfectly as it gets. Would you say that's
basically
fair to say?
Yeah, that's absolutely fair to say.
Okay, now we were just talking with Lisa. Would you be able to translate "cool breeze lover" to French?
Oh boy.
This might be a nickname that is untranslatable to any other language.
Oh, you could, like, here's the thing. I can translate it, but it would lose all of its like punch or coolness.
Now,
cool breeze lover.
Yeah, what would that because I imagine it would be l'amoureuse. Would that be?
Ouais, I'm thinking more like l'amant des vents fraîches, which
You know
is
what?
so.
You know what?
It
I
sounds
like
so
that.
bad.
L'amant de vent fraîche. Oh, c'est bon ça. Now, what about smooth operator?
Sister. Here's the thing. Without getting into the language politics of Quebec, a lot of people have this real aversion to using English words in French.
Sure.
I do not share that opinion. So, smooth lover.
Smooth operator.
Smooth operator. For me, it's opérateur cool. Opérateur smooth.
Yeah,
I would just keep
cool.
It. Yeah, seriously.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I don't know what the literal French translation is, but I know I hate it.
yeah, I like l'opérateur smooth.
Why?
I feel like there is a lot of franglais. I think there's a whole generation who don't mind it.
Yeah, for sure. I think how can I say this? I think the younger you are, the more likely you are to be embracing of that, unless your parents were like militants.
Yeah.
During like the whole quiet revolution and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Syd,
I've had teachers who were like that, and it's man. Here's the thing with me. My relationship with written French is very is not a healthy relationship. I'm one of those guys that because I had enough French teachers who were like militant, like French language shit like that. I'm one of those guys who lost all his points for grammar and spelling when I wrote papers. Yeah. So whatever the percentage of your final score would be for a written paper, I would subtract all the grammar points and just assume that this was what I had to go for. Sure. So the flip side is it got me, it trained me to really like construct arguments and shit like that. But my written French is not very good.
Well, yeah, you talked about your relationship with written French. Mine would be strained at best, or better yet, estranged.
But you grew up here too, so what
I grew up here. Yeah, here's the thing.
You got grandfathered into an English school, didn't you?
Yeah, so I went to English elementary school and English high school. I went to one of the only, as far as I know, 2 English high schools in the Laurentians, where it's all the Anglo kids from every county converge at this one English school. Syd, I'm curious to know, what type of student were you? Were you a pretty good student, or were you a bit of a bad boy?
Oh, I was totally the teacher's pet good student.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's say it as it is. Now, Syd, you're a saucy guy, right? We can, we're a couple guys. We can talk about this sort of thing, right?
I don't know what you mean by saucy.
You're a bit of a troll.
I'm a troll, absolutely.
Okay? What you call troll, I say saucy, right?
Okay, there we go.
There's if Frank's Red Hot was a person, it might be you.
Oh, really? You would put me on everything?
yeah, we put that Syd on everything. Now, Syd, you're saying you were a good boy in school?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so where did this, you put it, a troll, where did that desire start to manifest itself? Was it repressed spiciness?
Probably. Now that you mention it, wow, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Let me,
because we can get in depth on this show, right?
Yeah.
People think, the at-home show, it's just hilarious all the time.
No,
let's get hard hitting.
It came back to me. So basically, the when I was like this obedient student who got good grades and shit, I was very angry and resentful and kind of an asshole, honestly. People who've met me recently have trouble believing this, but I was a genuine asshole for a good chunk of my life. So I would say that the trolliness is just a more positive way to channel that energy, which has always been there.
Now I'm curious about this trolliness, right? Because Syd, I enjoy what you bring to the table on Twitter. It makes me laugh because I'm able to look at it and go, well, I recognize what's going on. This is fun and funny. Do you ever have people that you know that are like, Syd, what are you doing, man?
As far as my Twitter behavior goes?
Twitter or just anything, right? Maybe you're having a laugh with friends or whatever. Because look, from one troll to another, I get it, right? This guy, Dave Kaufman, who's on the show sometimes, I'm basically a real life troll to this guy. Sometimes I call him on the phone and I don't really say much of anything. He's having a busy day at work. I call, hey, Dave, what's up? He answers. I take a long time to answer back. I go, yeah, that's great, man. So you having a hard day today?
Man, calling people on the phone, period, kind of crosses the line.
Yeah. Watch out, Syd. Watch out. Tomorrow you might get a ring. You might get a ring. But let me ask you, okay, so, and I say this again, my reason is, I think I get it. And I remember one time seeing some tweet or something like that, where it's like, if one of your things in life is that you bother people, just know that you're a problem. And I thought, oh, that is me. Also not a problem.
Wait, I don't remember that.
That wasn't one of your tweets. That was like somebody else's tweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So can you repeat it? I thought
it was
like
the gist of the tweet was, if one of your things in life that you use as an identifiable is that you razz people and give them a hard time, just know you're exhausting. I'm like, maybe take a joke.
Well, here's the thing. It's kind of like a volume knob. And
we agree.
As long as you don't keep it at 10.
Yeah.
Like if you keep it at like 6 minimum, like all the time, then you probably are exhausting.
Yeah.
Like even, you're probably exhausting if you can't turn it off.
Yeah. If you're just an all-time annoyance, it's probably a real nuisance. So I guess, to circle back, my thought is, and as we hear laughter in our queue, apparently I'm that nuisance. Has anyone ever said, Syd, you got to bring it down to a 3?
I can't think of any recently.
Yeah.
Because let's just say people who are likely to tell me that are I can detect them, and I just don't share that part of me with them because I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, see, Syd, this is why you and me, we're almost like brothers, I think. We could be brothers. These two guys, this is who we are. This is who we are. You take it or leave it.
You take it or leave it. That's right.
Take it or leave it. Yeah, we're not walking the streets beating people up. Imagine that. I grab someone by the shoulders, you start giving them punches to the bread basket, and you say, I want a piece of that. And then they turn, you grab them. I start giving punches to the bread basket. We hold them down. We start giving them pink bellies. We're not doing that sort of thing.
We certainly are not.
Yeah.
It's entertaining to me that you call the ass a bread basket.
Oh, wait, no, the bread basket's the stomach. I like
it's the stomach. Okay. There we go.
See, now I like the idea of your beatdown even more, where we're taking turns hugging someone and we're just punching someone's rear end.
Yes.
Yeah. Holy Toledo. Now we've got a question in the chat right now from Jay Voorhees, one of the more active and fun chatters. He asks, what the heck is a pink belly? Syd,
I was thinking the same thing. I was not brave enough to ask.
So a pink belly is one of the cruelest of the bully tactics. It's where you have 4 people at most, if not more. Someone is held down and they each person holds a limb. Someone pins your arms down. Someone holds
I don't like
your
where
legs
this is
down.
going.
And I'll tell you what, this is where it gets real juvenile. The person who is about to dish out the pink belly, they roll up your shirt and just start drumming on your stomach until it gets to a pinkish hue. They're basically just smacking your belly, not unlike former late great WWE superstar Kamala.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for telling us what that is.
Yeah, there we go.
We need, in order for us to do like with 2 people, I guess I guess one of us would have to be kneeling on the person's shins while the other one holds their arms.
Yeah, I like that we're conceptualizing this as someone like, this is the way that we're going to take matters into our own hands.
How we could give, because if I'm getting this right, the very definition of pink belly requires all the limbs to be like pinned to the ground.
You can't fight back. It's like you can't cover your tummy. It's just so someone just starts pounding away on your stomach. Yeah.
Well, if ever we decide to do this, if ever like our dark sides both take over at the same time, at least we have a game plan.
Oh, see, I like this. Now, before we start to move on with our night, there's another great question here coming in from Jay Voorhees. This one is perfect for us, Syd. Quote, if you could pink belly any celebrity, who would you pink belly and why?
Wow. Geez.
That's a very good question.
I'm gonna exclude anyone in the political realm because I don't even want to engage with that in theory.
All right. Look, however, we'll stay away from the world of politics.
Yeah.
Now, this is, I think, one of these things that's easy to decipher. Now, I have had this conversation on 2 separate occasions in the past week with 2 different people, celebrities that annoy you.
Yeah.
So this might be a gateway.
I can't even think of the guy's name. He's a musician who sings that fucking song, dude. So smooth.
Oh, Mark McGrath of
there we go.
Matchbox 20.
Yes, I would pink belly Mark McGrath.
Now, no, excuse me. Mark McGrath is the lead singer of Sugar Ray. I'm thinking of, Rob Thomas.
Okay,
but here's the thing: both of those people are pink bellyable.
Yes, they're both getting a piece.
I like that. That's when you know you're intense when you're kissing the mic right here. Now, Thomas Barnwell comes in with a chat. Tom Hanks. Now, I don't know if I'd pink belly Tom Hanks.
No.
Now you're saying that you would pink belly Rob Thomas. Now, why Rob Thomas? Now, I've been known to sing Rob Thomas, his portion of the song Smooth on this show, because Rob Thomas has called into the show before.
Yes. It's not your fault that Rob Thomas is a watcher of this show. However, I feel like this song,
specifically Smooth with Carlos Santana,
it is overrated and ingrained in my memory, and I want me some payback. It's really that simple.
Yeah. Now, what part of the song bothers you the most?
All of it. Don't ask me to pick.
All right. Fine. That's okay.
I can see where you're going. I'm not gonna sing any passage from this song anymore.
Okay. Now, no, don't worry about it. I wasn't gonna sing it either, but
good.
This is very unusual because it is not an open phone line night. There's a call waiting right now, and I'm being told by my production assistant Devin that we have to go to this call. They've called the secret line.
The secret line,
people who know. I'm being told that we have Rob Thomas on the air.
Jesus Christ!
All right, so let's go to this. It's on our secret line. Rob,
hello.
This is Rob Thomas.
Yeah.
Well, you're on the air.
Yeah. What?
Well, you're talking to James, and this is Syd.
Yeah, I've been listening to this segment, and what the hell, man?
Okay, so you're speaking in response to our guest Syd deciding that of all the celebrities to pink belly, you would be the one.
Yeah, this isn't a very smooth segment.
Well, first of all, throwing that pun in there isn't making your case any better.
It's not a pun. I know smooth things and I know rough things, and this segment's a little rough.
I'll say this. This is a I stand by everything I said. It's hard for me to say it's not personal, but I wouldn't how can I say this? Let's say I was theoretically in a position to make it happen, I would just move on. And
you want to theoretically be in a position to make it happen?
All right, so I want to recalibrate here, folks. If you're just tuning in,
I'm
James.
Fuck you up.
Well, Rob, let's calm down for a second. This is Syd. I'm James, and we've got lead singer of Matchbox 20, Rob Thomas, on the line right now. So, yeah, Rob, obviously you're not happy. Syd's not
I'm not
taking
happy.
it back.
This is going to keep me up all night. I'm going to be up till 3 a.m.
Right, so that was another Matchbox 20 song.
Oh, that was?
Yeah,
okay.
I must be lonely.
I don't know what to add. Like, you could, I don't know. How can I say this? I'm not familiar enough with your work to recognize all these references that you're dropping.
Not familiar with my work.
I was just asked a question and I answered it honestly.
Yeah.
And you know, calling in like this in a transparent attempt to intimidate me isn't gonna work.
All right, so yeah, Rob, it sounds like you're trying to push Syd around.
Well, yeah. Thank you for that. I am trying to push Syd around, and let's just say if you're gone, I'll be a happier guy.
Let's have more lyrics. It sounds like.
Yeah. And normally I would say she's so mean, but in this case, he's so mean.
Right. Well, in fairness, Syd mentioned that if given the opportunity, he would move on and not pink belly you, Rob.
Yes. And also in my defense, I'm sure you've been threatened with way worse than pink belly.
All right, look, you buy an album and I'll forgive you.
No deal.
No deal. What the hell?
Oh, jeez.
Well, Rob, anything else? Because we got to move on with the show, man.
You'll be hearing from me and the boys.
What do you mean, the members of the band or Carlos Santana?
Yeah, let's just say I hope a matchbox doesn't cause a fire in your establishment. Or maybe 20 of them.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, Syd, any last words for Rob before we let him go?
I'll see you in hell.
Rob, call back in anytime, okay, buddy?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that was a shocking turn of events. That was Rob Thomas, lead singer of Matchbox 20, also notorious for being a collaborator on the Carlos Santana song Smooth. If you're just tuning in, Syd specified that Rob Thomas would be the celebrity he would be most likely to pink belly. Syd, I would like for you to stick around because our next legend who's joining us tonight, well, last time he was here, you were here. And frankly, you both had a bit of a field day at my expense. And I thought maybe there's some way where we can recapture the magic that perhaps I wasn't able to be a part of.
Sure. I would love to.
All right, here we go. So folks, let's welcome our next legend tonight on the Night of Legends. It is the pickup artist extraordinaire. He's the owner of Socratease College, a school for picking up. Here he is, Socratease. Socratease, welcome back to the show.
Hey, James. How's it going?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me. Hey, Syd.
Hey,
how's it going, man?
Going,
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, respect.
Well, Socratease, I had mentioned it before you hit the airwaves here that last time you were here, things didn't really turn out well for me.
Why's that?
Well, for a number of reasons. I was put in a what I felt were a bunch of scenarios where I was predisposed to failure. There was no way that I would succeed. These are obviously pickup artist scenarios. And as to make matters worse, I was referred to multiple times as a beta.
Well, look, James, there's no scenario in which a pickup artist can't persevere. And thinking otherwise, frankly, is a pretty beta thing to think. Syd?
I agree.
Right, so
You,
again,
Syd.
we've established that I guess in that last segment that Syd was more of an alpha where I was a beta, and I was hoping that perhaps not only I could turn things around, but as always, Socratease, when you pop into the show, everyone can perhaps take a page out of your book in the ways of meeting a romantic other.
Sure. Well, Syd's alpha AF, as the ladies say about him.
All right.
But yeah, James, I wanted to, and I certainly hope that people can take away a lesson or two from these interactions. You know, It's sort of what we do here at Socratease College, and we like to make sure that people leave satisfied customers. So if you like what you're seeing, check out Socratease College on Instagram, or check out one of our many PUA instructors on Instagram. But I wanted to check in with you to see how your attempts at becoming an alpha are going, James. What kind of things have you been up to?
Well, do you mean in the ways of dating, or just generally speaking?
Generally speaking, being an alpha isn't just about getting dates. It's about living your life with confidence and
okay.
Not following the herd, but leading them.
Okay, well, I've been monitoring the steps that I take every day, and I hit 14,000 steps today.
Like in a AA program?
No, I mean like literal footsteps. Taking a walk, a bit of exercise. I hit 14,000.
Right, and how much are you lifting?
Well, currently I don't lift. I currently don't lift.
Oh, you gotta lift. Go Syd.
I was gonna say, like, 14,000 steps in a day is legit impressive. However, walking is probably like the most beta of the exercises.
Well, the most beta is speed walking.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so
were you speed walking, or were you walking?
Well, I mean, I walk fast normally. Is that speed walking?
Kinda. You want to walk slow. You want to walk slow and confident.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, the exercise part is good and the 14,000 is impressive, but because I'm walking or potentially speed walking, that keeps me categorized as a beta.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe sorry.
I hate to contradict you, Socrates, but in James's defense, like, speed walking is a specific thing where there's a technique where you're doing this to go even faster.
It's kind of like a technique where you do this to go a bit faster.
Yeah, you can walk fast without actually doing that,
Yeah, but that's probably not what James was doing.
Well, I would say that my arms do swing. I don't know if they were doing this.
This?
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing this.
I
don't know if I'm doing this. No. Okay, so it sounds like I've made some improvement, but according to both of you, still beta.
Still kind of beta, yeah. Look, do you think I've got sort of a list of
okay.
It's a list from a rival pickup artist institution, but we all work on each other. We're all confident in our own institutions, so we help each other out. But James, do you feel like you're real with yourself?
Do I feel like I'm real with myself? Look, that's a really intimate question. I would say that I do. Yeah.
Yeah. What are your insecurities?
What are my insecurities? Again, that's a really intimate and personal question.
Well, you got to make them known to be an alpha. You got to make them known. You got to say them out loud.
Oh,
that's the first step.
A matter of so speaking your truths, so to speak.
For instance, I'll go first, maybe if that'll help you.
Sure.
Well, my insecurities. I'm sometimes I feel like I'm too muscular. I feel like I'm oftentimes unapproachable because people sort of revere me from a distance.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I've been with too many women.
And why is that an insecurity?
Well, just because if I talk to someone who's been with one woman their entire life and it's a really committed relationship, I think to myself, I wonder what that was like.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes I've got gas.
All right. So you feel like you've been with too many women, too muscular, too confident, and at times a little too much gas.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, I guess what I would say if I had to pick would be that I'm never going to achieve the type of success or monetary payoff that I would like to in order to live like a comfortable life.
Scraping by.
Yeah, it happens, right? It happens from time to time.
Okay, well, at least you're being honest. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sid, what about you?
I would say that I share that concern. My how can I say this? My retirement plan is to find something I absolutely love doing and just do that until I drop dead. However, if I can't pull that off, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Also, I've gained too much weight during the pandemic, and it's difficult for me to lose it.
Okay, now, so I have a question, Socrates.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed something. Now, maybe my horizons are expanding. I noticed a difference between the way that Syd was expressing his and the way that I was expressing mine. Now, Syd was really matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
straight to the point. He was really real with himself.
Yeah, you got to be real.
And I think mine was maybe, even in the interest of being honest, I feel like maybe I was presenting it a little bit more vulnerable.
Well, it's not. You were more ashamed, I would say.
Shame.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, everybody has flaws, James. That's important.
Yeah.
For instance, I'm gassy. My farts stink like ass.
well, as opposed to what?
What do you mean?
Well, you said it
Being
smells
gassy?
like, no, you said it stinks like ass. But I said as opposed to what?
As opposed to not having farts that stink like ass.
All right. Well, what else?
You never
tonight,
smelled a good
Socrates?
fart before?
A good fart?
Yeah. You ever been at
I
the
can't
club
say-
and you hear somebody fart and smells good?
I wasn't aware that was something
Sid,
that
have
happened.
you that happened to you?
A fart that doesn't stink.
Yeah, that's part. In fact, it
No,
smells
hold
good.
on. No.
A fart that
Specifically smells good.
Yeah.
I have not had that experience. No.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean by good?
It smells good. What? You ever
Like roses or honey.
Yeah, cinnamon
or
buns. Yeah.
Oh, cinnamon. I mean,
or,
yeah,
yeah.
cinnamon buns, roses. I mean,
Peppermint.
oh, peppermint. I once was with a lady whose fart smelled like peppermint, and she was
Really festive.
she was great. Yeah. Oh, it was the holiday season.
It was
She
the
just finished
holidays,
a candy
right?
cane.
Right. So was it just peppermint, or were there all the holiday scents?
Well, I mean,
Pine.
those were different ladies. I
Oh,
called
right.
that my Advent calendar year. Open up,
What are you talking about?
open it up in a
Hold on. What are you doing? Are you doing with 24 women in 24 days?
yeah. You open up,
on
you
the-
open up a different one every day, just in time for Christmas.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Keep going on with what you're doing, Socrates. I'm really impressed with these tips. And I really like the holidays. Maybe one day I'd live that type of variety every day, just as you're doing during the holiday season.
Thanks, James. And maybe you'll get there one day, but you're gonna have to be a bit more honest with yourself. The next step that I'd like to sort of guide you through is living the life of a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
James, would you say you're a fighting man?
A fighting man? Do you mean like physically, or more in theory in the way that I behave?
In the way that you behave. Life's a battle between good and evil,
Sure.
and you got to be willing to take up that battle.
All right. Well, I think in a lot of ways we've all taken up a battle in the past year. It's been, as many have called it, a difficult and uncertain year. Right? It's been a real uphill battle.
Did you treat the last year like it was war, James?
Did I treat the last year? I would say that more so. It's like I've been in the foxhole, just kind of like biding my time.
Right. Afraid to stick your neck out.
Well, Sid, what about you?
I mean, it's difficult for me to look down on someone who's afraid to leave their house at any point during this year.
Okay.
Let's say during from March to say May or June of last year, that was rough. So yeah, I think I think that's understandable.
Okay.
Maybe not like nowadays, because there are people who still are scared now to leave their house, and that's kind of weird.
What do you think, Socrates? Like, me and Syd were for the most part on the same page there.
Yeah, I gotta say, Syd, I wasn't thrilled with your answer, and but I respect how confident you were delivering that. So
Yeah.
So
And
Well, I wasn't confident.
I wasn't confident. Enough said.
Yeah. Even I have to call that one James.
Next,
So again, it sounds like I'm still stuck in this beta box.
still in the beta box. James, when was the last time you got into a fist fight?
I've never been in a fist fight.
All right, well, my next one was get into a fist fight.
You want me to get into a fist fight?
Yeah.
No, we were talking about giving
Number
up
8,
pink
get
belly.
in a fist fight.
We were talking about handing up pink bellies earlier. What if I started by giving someone a pink belly?
Are you gonna do that solo, or are you gonna get somebody else to hold them down?
Well, I think I need help. From
Oh, you need help.
guys. Yeah.
You're not self-reliant, which is number 10. Be self-reliant.
All right.
Anyway, number 8, get into a fist fight.
Okay, I'll mark that down. Get into a fist fight.
Next one, become a voracious reader. James, what was the last book that you read?
The last book that I
Yeah.
read, well, it was Tom Sharpling's biography.
Tom Sharpling's biography.
Yeah, that's correct.
What is he, a bodybuilder?
He's not a bodybuilder.
He's a business executive.
No.
He's a. He must be a. He must be a ladies' man.
No, it wasn't a pickup artist book either. He hosts a radio show.
Oh,
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the title of the book? I forgot.
Oh, I didn't give the title.
he probably
Oh, okay,
he probably
there we
didn't even
go.
read
Yeah.
the title.
No, I did. The
Oh,
book's
no, I
called
did.
It's called It Never Ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you something else that never ends.
What's that? I've even got people on the
You're the guest.
This interview.
Yeah, people in the chat are turning on me now. Thomas Barnwell referred to me as a king beta.
Oh man. You know, at least if you're king beta, then you're at least leading the betas, which kind of makes you an alpha.
Yeah.
to
I don't
some
want to
degree.
lead the betas.
Next step. Learn how to be successful with women. First, by forgetting about them. James, I feel like you have this one in the bag. What was the last woman you pined for?
Pined
Yeah,
for?
when was the last time you were pining?
What do you mean pined
What
for?
do you mean, what do I mean?
The last woman that I had feelings towards?
That you pined for. That you
pined?
wanted.
Wanted?
That you
or
saw
wanted?
someone across the room and you said, damn, that's the gal
so-
for me.
So the last time I saw a woman across, well over a year ago.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
we're looking at about 2 years.
Great, good.
Okay.
You gotta forget about women before you can get them. Pretend they don't
Okay.
even exist.
All right.
You know? Strip them from your life. Don't talk to a woman ever.
This is your advice? Now, Syd, let me go to you. What do you think about that advice? Don't talk to women ever.
that sounds bad. That sounds like a bad idea.
Like Michael Jackson.
All right,
I
Socrates.
gotta say,
Yeah.
Like a Michael Jackson bad.
no,
like a
like
Michael Jackson bad.
Shimon.
no, like texting at the wheel bad.
I love texting at the wheel.
Wait, you texted the
You got
wheel?
your drink in one hand, you got your phone in the other hand, you're steering with your knees, getting places, having a good time, talking to some
You're
chicks,
drinking and driving and texting and driving.
and smoking.
You just got a cigarette in your mouth?
Yeah.
I never never knew you smoked.
Smoking is the
I smoke socially.
least offensive part of that.
Yeah, I'm with Syd. That's the safest thing you're doing.
I smoke socially.
Wait, so you have someone in the car while you're texting another woman?
Yeah.
Now, Socrates, I noticed.
And it's not even Christmas.
I know. I noticed you've been moving around in your chair a lot. Are you comfortable tonight?
No, and that actually brings me to my next thing. Never be comfortable.
Never be comfortable.
Yeah. NBC, just like must-see TV.
Right. Why never be comfortable?
Because when you get comfortable, you get lazy, you get complacent. If you're never comfortable, if you're always acting like you got a stick up your butt, then odds are you're getting stuff done.
Okay, well, how do you put this into practice?
Let's you can put a stick up your butt.
Literally?
Sure.
All right. Well, Syd, you were referred to as an alpha by Socrates. What do you think about this practice, walking around with something in your
And I'm curious to know what Syd thinks about this, because this is an experimental thing that I'm doing.
Well, I would say the logic follows. I've never tried actually inserting an object up there, but
it's great.
I can see the benefits, and how that it's like the tale of I don't know how often you've heard this tale of the dog that just keeps howling and howling, and then someone says, "Why is the dog howling?" And the guy answers, "Because he's sitting on a nail." Well, why doesn't the dog move? Well, it doesn't hurt enough for him to move. So the turning that pain up enough to get you to move. I can see how a foreign object inserted up my rear end would achieve that.
Syd, that was a fascinating answer. Do you mind if I use that allegory in one of my workshops?
Oh, you go right ahead. I've heard that allegory in similar.
So how does it go again?
Yeah.
It goes.
It's a dog that's howling, and two people are talking about it, and one going, "Why is the dog howling? He's sitting on a nail. Why does he move? It doesn't hurt enough for him to move."
The two people are watching a dog. Dog's howling.
Yeah.
It says, "Why is he howling?" I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you writing that down on?
Yeah,
It's not that complicated a story. I'm not sure which parts you need for me to.
It's two guys watching a dog. The dog's howling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then one guy asks the other, "Hey, why is the dog howling?"
Why is the dog howling? Right.
And then he responds, "Because he's sitting on a nail."
Right. Because he's sitting on a nail. That's good. That's great.
Do you want me to keep going, or can you go on?
No. Finish it up, just to make sure I got the last details right.
So then the first guy says, "Well, why doesn't he move then?"
Why didn't he move?
And then, the other guy replies, "It doesn't hurt enough."
Right, it didn't hurt enough for him to move. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna bring this Kleenex box to my next workshop, and
Nice.
That's where you write your class notes on Kleenex boxes?
Yeah. Well, I use a lot of tissues.
Okay, well, that's fine. As we begin to wrap up, Socrates, and of course you're here with Syd and myself, any final thoughts about what I can do to improve, or what anyone can do to improve when it comes to being a PUA?
My last thought for the evening is, James, you got to befriend your mortality.
Okay, so come to terms with my demise, my eventual demise.
Yeah, James, you're gonna die, and you might die pretty soon. Pretty soon. So you got to make sure that you take advantage of the potentially last moments that you have on Earth, and snap yourself out of this funk.
How old do you think I am?
I don't know, 50?
50?
Yeah, you're kind of haggard, yellow teeth, yellow face, complexion. You got the muscular frame.
Try again. I'm not 50.
Oh, like what, 70?
I'm 34.
What? Oh my God. Have you seen a doctor recently?
No. I have one question coming in from the chat before we call it a night. This one again comes in from Jay Voorhees88.
Sure.
Socrates, when is your next workshop? I'd like to come to.
Well, we got open workshops every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. So you can come by, build yourself a fedora if you bring your own felt. We do puka necklaces. I'll teach you how to smoke cigarette cool. We do all sorts of stuff. If you want to learn how to pose next to a car, we can do that. If you want to learn how to pick out the right two-tone shirt for you, we can help you with that.
Well, someone's asking if they have to bring their own stick.
Bring their own stick.
Yeah, for insertion.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'd rather we don't like to reuse the sticks for those things. So it's ideal if you bring your own. And you know your own size. That's the other thing.
Once again from Jay Voorhees, I have a ton of felt. I'll be there. Not sure if I'm ready for car posing yet.
A lot of people are very they're challenged by car posing. They're worried about it, but don't worry, it's not as intimidating as it seems.
All right. Well, Socratease, look, I want to thank you so much for being here. Syd, you and I got really real tonight, not only before our, whatever you want to call this, open workshop, but in both segments, we got pretty real. Syd, thank you for being not only a guest, but a legend.
And thank you for that allegory, Syd. I appreciate that. I'm going to use that. And you might see a royalty.
I didn't come up with it at all. I have no idea who came up with it. But yeah.
Cool.
I appreciate the sentiment. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Socratease and Syd, have a good night and take care, okay?
You too, James. You too.
Later.
That is our show, folks. Not only do I want to thank Syd, Socratease, Lisa Palmieri, I want to thank lead singer of Matchbox 20, Rob Thomas, for calling in. Not only do we hope that he stays smooth, but we hope that you out there watching along the information superhighway stay smooth along with us. We will see you this coming Wednesday. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Goodbye, good night, farewell, and of course, be well.